Tonight on CTV, learn about a fun dance club based right outside of CSU's Laurie Student Center.
Then, learn more about CSU's local career fairs and their importance in gaining connections and setting yourself up for the future.
And finally, learn more about effects political science classes are having on CSU students.
All this and more, tonight on CTV.
Good evening, Rams. I'm Gabriele Hibbitts.
And I'm Adam Carlson. Fort Collins police are on the lookout for a suspect of a bank robbery that was stopped in its tracks on Monday. The incident occurred at the Farmers Bank on 713 South LeMay Avenue around 11 a.m. The would-be robber abandoned the mission before officers arrived to the scene. Thankfully, it was reported that none of bank staff or customers present were harmed. At that time, we will continue to update this story as it develops.
The Larimer County Sheriff's Office says that Pearl Fire near Fort Collins was human-caused and the investigation is ongoing. Evacuated residents returned home over the weekend after an evacuation order was lifted and the fire reached 95% containment. Firefighters got help when a cold front helped contain the fire to just under a quarter of a square mile. The fire is expected to be contained entirely within the coming days.
10 life sentences and 1,334 years in prison. This is what the Boulder supermarket shooter was sentenced to on Monday. Ahmad Alyssa was convicted of killing 10 people at King Soopers in March of 2021. Alyssa claimed he was insane, but the court disagreed for many reasons because they say Alyssa showed intent to kill by researching the shooting before the attack. Alyssa was diagnosed with schizophrenia, but mental illness does not mean insanity. And Alyssa is now spending the rest of his life behind bars.
Southbound on-ramps of I-25 at Mulberry Street will be closed for construction from October 1st to 4th. The ramp is closed so that crews can complete repairing broken concrete slabs. The detour around this construction includes continuing past exit 269A and going to Prospect Road to take exit 268. The project is 12 miles in length and the cost is $11.9 million according to the Colorado Department of Transportation. Now let's hear from our reporter Michael Rosales as he fills us in on a controversial billboard put up in Wyoming recently.
Hello CSU, I'm here at the new controversial billboard located between the Wyoming and Colorado border. As you're going along I-25 southbound from Wyoming, you will see a billboard that says Venezuela ahead, be prepared. This is a clear warning to anyone as they're entering the state of Colorado, and what makes this billboard even more interesting is the name attached to it. At the bottom, we can see paid by Clippers LLC member Tim Mellon. Tim Mellon is an American businessman and has been known to be a major donor to the Republican Party. Since this billboard has been up, it's been stirring conversation about the recent influx of Venezuelan migrants into the U.S., specifically Colorado. We are still not sure if Tim Mellon is in relationship with the Tim Mellon on the billboard, but with that being said, I'm going to raise a couple questions. Is this a political statement or a expensive prank? As we learn more about this billboard, we will be sure to let you know more. Thank you. My name is Michael Rosales from CTV 11. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that story, Michael. Now stick around because after the break, our weather reporter Alex Prast will fill us in on this week's weather update.
Living with someone you don't know on the other side of the wall is hard, especially if you don't know how to be a good roommate. The first thing that you'll want to do to be a good roommate is make sure that you always stay quiet. Be considerate of others when using common spaces and appliances.
Hey buddy, what you doing?
I'm just gonna need like 40 minutes. Be respectful of your roommate's privacy. Ugh, my bad. Finally, make sure that you clean up after yourself. Oh, fresh toothbrush.
Have you seen my toothbrush?
Follow these tips to get along with your roommates and your landlord.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. I'm Alex Prast, here to give you this week's weather rundown. So let's jump right in. Looking at current conditions, you can see we're sitting at 81 degrees right now, and let me tell you, I'm feeling it. It's cooking a little bit right now. Sunset around 40 minutes ago now, so if you take a look outside your window, good chance it's pretty dark. Now, humidity is sitting at 0%, and wind is moving about northwest at 5 miles per hour. Now, we don't have footage to show you of campus today. However, we do have some footage from Guanella Pass. You can tell with moving into this fall temperatures, you can see some of those more orange and yellow colors coming through. It's looking great. I love seeing those trees, especially out near the mountains and near Breckenridge-ish. Just fantastic colors. Now, speaking of those colder temperatures, let's take a look at our overnight lows. See sitting around Vail at 50 and Grand Junction sitting at 60, while Craig, Gunnison, Telluride, and Alamosa are all sitting right around the 40s from low to high. Taking a look at our I-25 corridor, you can see Fort Collins, Denver, Colorado Springs, and Pueblo all sitting around the low to mid 60s, so some nice cooler temperatures. Looking over at our eastern plains, you can see all four over here, again sitting at that low to mid 50s, which is nice. Again, those cooler temperatures, feeling great. Now switching into our tomorrow's forecast, speaking of those overnight lows, we're going to be sitting at 54, which is going to be a nice cooler, but again, high of 87. It's going to be cooking a little bit. You'll notice our sunset's going to be 2 minutes earlier than it was today, which again, as we're moving into that fall weather, it's going to be really nice. It's going to be darker earlier, which means jacket weather's coming up. Let me tell you, if you're really excited about jacket weather, I have some really terrible news about our 5-day forecast. Now looking at it, you'll see we're sitting right around the high 80s, even Sunday hitting as high as 90, with Tuesday being our coolest day sitting at 78. Now again, those lows once the sun goes down is going to be sitting around 54, 50, hitting as high as 58. But again, we're in that awkward space where it's really hot during the day when the sun's out and getting colder in time to wear some hoodies at night. And that brings me to the end of our weather forecast. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Alex. One of the biggest reasons students go to college is with the purpose of getting a job. This week, career fairs have been all over campus. The Career Center hosted a couple fairs that had employers from all over the state accepting resumes, talking to students, and looking for future employees and interns. Director of Employer Relations, Josh Alvarez, believes this opportunity is especially important for first-year students.
This is one opportunity, kind of their first opportunity to see where the university's connected, what employers they're connected with, and where they could see themselves maybe after they graduate or while they're here.
Alvarez was especially pleased with the turnout at the events. If you missed out on the fair, you can visit the Career Center for assistance with anything job-related because student fees help cover the cost of running the CSU Career Center. Now, let's throw it over to our reporter Karma Robbins to fill us in on a fun dance club she's discovered. Karma?
Good evening, Rams. My name is Karma Robbins, and on the LSC Plaza, there's a line country dance club called Ram Country Dance Club. I went to one of their club meets and got to see what the club is all about.
It's in the lights in New York, the hills of LA.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., you probably have seen a line dancing club called RCDC. The vice president and a club member describe what this club consists of.
Ram Country Dance Club is basically a place on campus where students are able to come and kind of let loose, have fun, but also learn something. So we provide a space that is both safe, comfortable, and fun.
Yeah, so they teach country swing dancing and line dancing as well, but mostly it's just a place for everybody to hang out. And we just kind of hang out and dance and just meet new people.
With over 100 people in this club, with more wanting to join and get involved in the community, they both talk about what made them want to join.
I think at the time it was a way to I'm an engineering student, so it was something to pull me out of just school, of just doing homework or just doing studying. It was something that I actually enjoyed, kind of tied back to home, as well as was a way to make friends. I mean, pretty much my entire group, my boyfriend included, came from this club.
I just love the community that they've created. The instructors and the officers have done a really great job of fostering everyone's welcome.
This club is meant for anyone. They have a huge diversity of students within this club, and people have made their best friends through RCDC. But why should people join RCDC?
I would say the opportunity is endless here in the terms of even if you've never danced before, even if I have no idea what that is, it's not something I necessarily want to do right now or something I've never even considered doing. Even if you just come to have fun, it's a really great atmosphere.
RCDC will be coming up on 3 years at the end of this October. They want as many people to join as possible and are hoping to keep this club going as long as they can.
I see country everywhere.
This club was super fun to watch and learn more about, especially because I have always wondered what it was about. The club is free to join and again happens every Tuesdays and Thursdays from 6 to 9 p.m. If you want more information about it or want to join the club, you can go to their Instagram at Ram Country Dance Club or email them at ramcountrydanceclub@gmail.com. Now stick around, Rams, because after the break, Zoe Weir is going to tell us about one of CSU's most important athletes and her story.
After 2 years?
You gotta be kidding me! Okay, no.
Robbie.
Seriously, do you have anything you can use against the dragon? I can do fireball, that'll do a lot of damage. Yeah, to all of us!
Well,
we're in a 4-foot group!
I'm sorry, what else do you want me to do? I can
Okay. Hold on. All right. Wizard, what do you do? Wizard?
I don't think I'm into this kind of stuff fully. I can't do it. Hey, I think I'm pretty anxious. I'm just.
No, we can pause this.
We can take a break. Let me go get some water.
Give us another day. Yes, we're good.
How's it going, Rams? And welcome back to CTV Sports. Fall sports have been in full swing, and we will continue to dive into all of them and more the rest of the semester. But tonight, we throw it back to last spring as I had the opportunity to sit down with CSU's own national champion and Mountain West Female Athlete of the Year, Maya Lesner. How's it going, guys? I'm here today with CSU's own national champion, Maya Lesner. And Maya, my first question for you today is, why Colorado State? What brought you to the mountains?
Yeah, so I moved to Colorado State because of my coach, Brian Bedard. And I thought he was a really good fit, and yeah, I really like the track program here.
Awesome. And then when you were in high school, how did you know track and field was going to be the sport that you wanted to stick into college? Did you do any other sports in high school?
Yeah, so I actually started out playing volleyball, and I wanted to go to school actually to play Division I volleyball, but I didn't get any offers. And I did track on the side a little bit just to stay in shape for volleyball, but I don't know, I just had a lot of people be like, hey, you could be really good at this. And I started taking it a little bit more seriously. And then, yeah, I started getting some offers for track, and I was like, okay, like, I could really do this thing. And yeah, I just fell in love with it.
When you wake up every morning, what does your routine start to look like with the training? You're going to the facilities. Take us through a day.
Yeah, so I usually wake up around like 7. Gotta have my coffee. I sit out on my porch. And yeah, I just kind of eat some breakfast, chill out, get my bags packed, and I head off to practice. I always go to morning practice. I don't know, it's just always been, I felt better just training in the morning usually. So I go to morning practice, and then I usually, sometimes I lift right after practice, but sometimes I lift with the team around like 4:30. And then I go to the dining hall. I do. That's where I get my calories, people.
All right, so what dining hall is your favorite? I have to know. And what is your favorite meal to get from them?
So I only go to the Foundry. I've been to a couple others, but I don't know, the Foundry's where it's at. And gotta say my favorite meal there is definitely anything with steak. I'm a steak girly, so. Being
in a sport that is so physically intense, what is keeping you motivated every single morning to get to the gym, get to practice?
Yeah, I mean, some days, like, you know, we're all human. Like, some days I don't want to get up, but I just find this motivation to to get up and to go do what I love to do because, I don't know, I just have this drive and I feel better when I lift, I feel better when I throw, like I don't know, it's kind of just what keeps me going. Like it's fun and I love my teammates, I love my coach, and I guess I just love what I do. And it's fun and unique and it's not like a real 9-to-5 job. I get to be an athlete and yeah.
All right, well, speaking of doing what you love to do, what are your plans going to be after graduation? You have about a year left at CSU. What are you thinking we're going to go into?
Yeah, so I think I'm going to try this whole professional athlete thing out, maybe, yeah. And I think I'm going to stick around Colorado State because I need a coach, and I think my coach is the best, so I'm going to stay here for a while and train with him and see how it goes. But yeah, I think I really could do this pro thing, and as long as I continue to love what I do, I'm going to stay on this path, and we'll just see where it takes me.
Most importantly, you are the 2024 NCAA Women's Shot Put National Champion. Take us through what it's like to have this title.
Yeah, it's incredible, honestly. Some days I wake up and I can't even believe that I have that, but it's super cool. Like I don't know, I was raised where you really shouldn't let awards or medals like define who you are. I think honestly, like my journey of having ups and downs has made me who I am today, and that's why I love what I do. So I think all of the hard work and all the ups and downs, I don't know, just kind of like fell together.
That is a great way to put it. And now moving on to some more fun questions. If you had to pick another event to do in track and field besides shot put, what would it be?
Oh my gosh, really put me on the spot here. I think, okay, so I love risk and I love taking risks and I love, I don't know, just like excitement and stuff like that. So honestly, I think I would try like pole vaulting. Like that seems like super cool to me, even though I'm probably a little bit heavy right now to do that.
So in high school, did you ever try pole vaulting or running? Have you always been just strictly shot put?
So not pole vaulting, but I have done hurdles, long jump. I was actually on the 4x100 relay team in my high school, and we, I don't think we have it anymore, but we did have the school record, and I was on the team. Can't remember which leg I was. I think I was the third leg, but yeah. So I've done other things, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. All right, my last question for you, to know a little bit about the Maya outside of track and field. Let's play a game, 2 truths and a lie. You're gonna tell me 2 truths, 1 lie, and I'm gonna guess the 1 lie.
Okay. So, oh gosh, okay. I have a wiener dog, and I have been skydiving before, and I have 3 brothers.
Those are tough, for sure. Okay, I'm gonna say that the lie is that you have been skydiving because everybody loves wiener dogs, and I feel like you having 3 brothers is gonna lead into you being so athletic and dominating in all these sports.
Yeah, you're right. I could never get in a perfectly good plane and jump out of it.
So the answer is the lie is that you've never been skydiving?
You're right.
Oh my gosh. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Maya. It was great to have you today. Thank you so much. Good luck next season.
Thank you so much.
It was so great to learn the ins and outs of Maya. And here at CTV, we can't wait to see what she does for her last season at CSU. That's all the sports talk we have tonight. But stick around, because after the break, reporters Chigozie Ozar and Gabriele Hibbitts will give us some news about the upcoming presidential election. See you, Rams.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up 1 finger if you're a man. Women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. I'm Gabriele Hibbitts.
And I'm Chigozia Ozor. In the midst of what has been a very contentious election cycle, political campaigns, interest groups, and celebrities alike have spent billions of dollars in efforts to get the vote out. But is that enough? We asked some students on campus to find out.
I am voting this November.
I am voting this November. I think everyone should vote because I think it's like, if you're not voting, it's doing the opposite effect. So people have to voice their opinion and what they think.
I can't confidently say that I want to vote for either candidate, and if I'm not going to be able to fully feel justified in my decision, then I don't want to do it.
And while most of the attention each election cycle is on the presidential candidates, there are several consequential pieces of legislation that are also on the ballot this November. Some of these issues are especially important to CSU students.
I think one of the biggest ones for me is immigration.
Women's reproductive rights, for sure. The first thing that comes to mind is abortion rights.
Personally, abortion rights.
I'd say abortion and just human rights in general.
Definitely abortion, education, general economic stuff. Housing's a big thing.
In addition to billions of dollars spent on commercials, billboards, and other advertisements, celebrity endorsements have become a cornerstone of election coverage. With both major parties' national conventions featuring the likes of Oprah Winfrey, Hulk Hogan, Kid Rock, and Stephen Curry, celebrities certainly play a role. Taylor Swift, with her endorsement of Kamala Harris, was able to single-handedly drive 35,000 people to register to vote. These endorsements often result in backlash and controversy from the public. Here's what CSU students had to say about them.
I think they're really stupid. You'll see some football player telling you to vote for one candidate and you're like, why the hell should I listen to you? You're not even smart. You're fast. Who cares?
Especially during election years, I think they're important to get people who don't usually vote out to vote, because I think that even if you're a celebrity and you have that influence, you should use that influence for good.
I think celebrities should be endorsing people, especially if they're voicing their opinion. I don't think they should be afraid to kind of say how they feel. I think most celebrities fear the backlash.
It is kind of interesting to see who different celebrities are endorsing, but I don't think it really influences me too much.
It doesn't really influence my decision. I feel like a lot of celebrities aren't important to me, but I can see how it can be influential to other students or people who are I aspire to be the celebrity. And
No, I think they're a joke, and whenever I see them I kind of laugh, because it's why should these famous people be telling me what I should do with my own personal politics and personal problems?
Well, whether you were voting because of Taylor Swift or because of important policy positions, it is important to know what exactly is on the ballot. This year, a constitutional right to abortion, school choice, law enforcement funding, and ranked choice voting are just some of the ballot measures in Colorado. More information about your specific ballot can be found at vote.org.
With the presidential election only being 40 days away, politics has become a common topic in conversation among students and has been frequently mentioned in classes, especially political science courses. An inherent concern is that students may experience bias in government and politics classes during election season, and that their opinions could be influenced by how the professors go about framing and presenting certain political events. At CSU, many students and professors are conscientiously straying away from political bias.
While some students and parents worry about political indoctrination in college government and politics classes, the reality is that many students feel that their professors talk about politics in a very neutral manner, allowing students to think freely for themselves.
I think that specifically my teacher, she's done a really good job of being pretty unbiased and pretty moderate about what party that she would support or that she thinks that we as young voters should be supporting, which I think is important because you want to make sure that you're putting out correct information and factual information, but also giving room for people to form their own opinions also. But yeah, I think it's just really valuable to get the knowledge that you can from your education and from political, whether that be political science classes or government classes, and being able to have the space to kind of give your own opinion is really powerful, and I think the teachers do a really good job at CSU of fostering that space to be able to do that. So yeah, I would say voting is just really important right now.
While professors have their own political ideologies, many instructors, such as Jennifer Castle, who teaches state and local government, are consciously aware of how material is presented in class, veering away from expressing their individual opinions.
That is absolutely a concern that I think about during every class. Always try to be unbiased and present both sides, which of course can be difficult, and it can be difficult personally, right? But knowing that it's my role to educate, it's not my role to advocate for one side over the other. I want to give my students all the information that they need and that they want, and then they can inform, or they can make their own informed decisions, whether that's to the left or whether that's to the right. I just want to be the presenter of that information. Showing the clip that I did about the debate, I did it because it correlated with one of the chapters and topics that we had already covered, and I knew that students would probably be biased in seeing it simply because there was a very stark division between the two candidates. Had it been, I say normal, had it been, a normal Republican and a normal Democrat, I think we could have engaged in a much deeper policy debate and really kind of dug into the issue. But again, kind of the environment that we're in just sparks divisiveness, sparks some outlandish kind of things, and so I knew to expect that, but still we're in that environment, so we're going to talk about that environment and we're going to approach it head on, and we're just going to have to deal with it the way that it is, and because that's what we're living through.
While the current political climate is very polarized, political science faculty and students are actively fostering an environment where all opinions and viewpoints are valued equally. Political science classes at CSU are not an opportunity for certain viewpoints to be pushed upon students, but rather present opportunities to hear multiple perspectives, increase ballot literacy, and develop a better understanding of policy issues at hand. All CSU political science faculty encourage students to vote this November.
All right, that's all we have for you guys tonight, Rams, but check out our YouTube channel for more content all week. Stay safe and have a great weekend.